Humor has always been, excuse me, a powerful way of coping for me, and that stayed true throughout the past 15 years. After the first brain surgery in '93, the surgeon came quickly to the recovery room, anxious to see if my ability to speak was intact. He kept talking to rouse me from the effects of anesthesia. As I opened my eyes, he said, "Okay, Pam, wake up now, you're looking good." My family tells me I replied to the eminent brain surgeon, "You're looking pretty darn good yourself." During this time, our daughter Caitlin was curious about all the fuss, and we explained things to her in ways she could comprehend. A typical preschooler, she wanted to impress her classmates at school, at show and tell. So when I was released from the hospital after craniotomy number 1, she took me as her show and tell item, complete with some 40 staples in my partially shaved head. I can still hear her sweet little voice, bossy little voice, saying to the other kids,
"Okay, everybody get in line, one at a time, don't touch."
"6 weeks of daily radiation to the head made my hair fall out from ear to ear. I still had bangs, which gave me a look that has since become the height of style. Not so then. My doc assured me that it would all grow back. Well, only half of it did. He assured me that the rest would too. Months went by, still half bald. So for my next appointment, I had a friend pen some elegant calligraphy on my bald skull. "Hairdo by Dr. Dave," it read. Well, Dr. Dave liked it so much, he took a picture. He said he'd post it on his desk to keep him humble. I think a humble doc is a good thing. I got some more mileage from that curving stapled scar on Halloween. I used it to scare away the oversized teenagers who dared to come trick-or-treating without a costume. For years growing up, this is when I wasn't telling God what to do, I used to console myself that while my parents hadn't left me any inheritance or material legacy, at least I'd inherited good health and good hair, right? I've come to accept my permanent big bald spot, and I can do as good a comb-over as any guy, and much better than Donald Trump. On windy days, I just consider it my bald badge of courage. Several months passed as I waited for my first post-radiation MRI. I learned about the very first ever Healing Journeys conference in Monterey. It sounded like a great opportunity, but I was still sort of fragile and anxious about going. I was even scared to expose myself, and I didn't feel that I was strong enough to get there by myself. Then 2 of my sisters, one from San Diego, one from Santa Cruz, literally came to take me there by the hand. It was an amazing experience, and I discovered that there is this incredible, beautiful network of people who were both survivors and healers. The very next weekend, I met with my radiation oncologist for those MRI results. He looked a bit incredulous when we walked in and said, "We've hit a home run. There's no visible residual tumor." He thought his spot-on radiation was the reason. I thought it was actually the enormous blanket of love, prayers, meditation in which I'd been covered. Now, almost 15 years later, I'm pretty sure we were both right.